I'm here today with Joe Bart, Tyler One, Haiti B, Selbit, Sea-Dog, Leah, Marlon, Liana. I just have one question. Can you beat this man in a race?
Ludwig?
Inga problem.
Je pense que oui.
Ludwig's never beat me in a million years.
Oh, hell yeah, I could beat that man in a race.
You'd probably pull a hamstring.
That guy is maybe 5'7".
Vad tror du GP?
Väldigt, väldigt enkelt.
I'm gonna
No haircut, have an ass.
Ta fredag, lördag, söndag, alla dagar i veckan.
I dust him, he's slow.
Deformed.
You ain't got nothing on me.
Am I even allowed to compete in the same category with him?
O meu cachorro consegue derrotar o Ludwig.
I can beat him in anything.
Think that he could beat me at a race?
An athletic piece.
Sucks.
Ludwig.
Ludwig, I'm coming for you.
Ludwig losing.
Prove it.
I'm here today with Joe Bart, Tyler One, Haiti B, Selbit, Sea-Dog, Leah, Marlon, Liana. I just have one question. Can you beat this man in a race?
Ludwig?
Inga problem.
Je pense que oui.
Ludwig's never beat me in a million years.
Oh, hell yeah, I could beat that man in a race.
You'd probably pull a hamstring.
That guy is maybe 5'7".
Vad tror du GP?
Väldigt, väldigt enkelt.
I'm gonna
No haircut, have an ass.
Ta fredag, lördag, söndag, alla dagar i veckan.
I dust him, he's slow.
Deformed.
You ain't got nothing on me.
Am I even allowed to compete in the same category with him?
O meu cachorro consegue derrotar o Ludwig.
I can beat him in anything.
Think that he could beat me at a race?
An athletic piece.
Sucks.
Ludwig.
Ludwig, I'm coming for you.
Ludwig losing.
Prove it.
Guys, Streamer Games is happening, y'all. Teams will be announced soon. It is going to be pretty fun this year. Teams are not announced yet, but I should be announcing the teams like next week. I have to lock a couple more players. But I'm not competing. I'll just be hosting it. But we have a lot of great names this year. It's a lot less Mara-centric because we have some teams from Canada, Spain, Latin America. But I think it should be pretty fire. I'm excited for it personally. No draft this year. Yeah, the teams are going to be preset. I'll be announcing them over the next week. No draft this year. Because like last year, there were 8 teams. Almost every player was from America. So like 40 players from America. Now we have like maybe 15 from America spread across the teams. So it's a lot less American players, which I think is good. I mean, it'll introduce a new audience to it. But the I didn't want to do a draft because the whole point is that teams were based around like countries or groups. Do you know what I'm saying? So like if I did a draft, then it wouldn't be Team France anymore, you know? Are you worried about people calling it rigged? The World Cup's rigged. Who gives a fuck if the Streamer Games is rigged? You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we talking about? If people complain that Streamer Game, that the bar's on the floor. I just have to make sure the event starts and ends, and I did my job compared to the FIFA World Cup. But anyway, y'all, I do have another announcement. You might have seen this. Okay, I'm just gonna drop the posts of it. But boom, here it is. Bang, bang, bang. Kai did his Streamer University announcements yesterday.
It's kind of crazy already, but let's see who we got. 3, 2. Ludwig is also a professor.
Guys, I am a professor at Streamer University. I thought you said it wasn't your thing. Okay, I'll come clean, guys. I was a little anxious about doing Streamer University because I'm 31 years old. And I look at shit that I used to do 10 years ago or 8 years ago, whenever I started. And you have less shame. You know, when you're young, you can be louder, goofier, whatever. And then you get older and it just becomes harder to do because it's less authentic to yourself. And it's important to remain authentic to yourself. And when I think about Streamer U, I usually think about like, you know, clip farms, whatever, crazy moments, blah, 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 blah. So I was like, it won't really make sense for me. But I talked to Kai about it. And I actually think that I do enjoy teaching people what I know about streaming. I've made a couple of videos about how to be a streamer. They're pretty old at this point. I haven't done one in a while. But like I made this video called Don't Start Streaming Before Watching This. And actually, a lot of people have watched this video and referenced this video as like some motivation or a spark point or some help in their road to becoming a streamer. Some people who are very good at their job as well, like Black Boy Max, who are far better at their job than I am. So I think I know a lot. I've done this for 8 years, and I like sharing it, and that's exactly what I'm going to be doing as a professor. Like my entire class is going to be, I already have the title for it. I already have my my curriculum. It's going to be called How to Get Lucky. Okay? Because what that, that's what people always say. Streaming and many other professions, it's preparing yourself for when the luck hits. Okay? And so that's ultimately the lesson that I want people to leave with. I don't know if you're going to be the one who gets lucky. Maybe you never will. But if the luck does come, people who go through my class will be ready when it hits. That's the goal. So I'm gonna be a very, I don't know how other people are running the class. I'm gonna be a strict teacher. Okay? If you show up late, you are not allowed in the class. There will be no phones allowed in the classroom. All right? I'm gonna have guest lecturers. I have to make my PowerPoint still, but like I already have my class outline. It's pretty good. There's gonna be homework. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna go pretty hard in this. I don't want it to be like a joke class. All I care about, like, a lot of people are giving Streamer U shit because there's a lot of big streamers who are attending. And maybe my lessons aren't as impactful on a big streamer as it is a small streamer. My dream is that somebody leaves Streamer U, a small streamer. They genuinely make connections with other people. They genuinely take the lessons that they learned from my class or other people's classes, and then they go on to be a much greater streamer than I could ever have been. You know? That's my dream. Not that I'd ever take credit for their achievements, but it would just make me feel good to have imparted some of the things that I have learned so they can be valuable for other people in this world. That's really it. I think the classes will be streamed still. Yeah, the classes can totally be streamed. I don't care about that. But it's more so just about, like, actually being a professor. And not everybody will want to do that. You know what I mean? Like, some people will want to go to Streamer U, farm clips, and not care to learn and whatever. That's fine. You're not welcome in my class. Plain and simple. Have fun at your party school. I'm going to get a real education at Streamer Tech U. I've heard STUs were the real. It's a trade school, Connor, so I've heard it's better for the streamers, yeah, to learn a trade. So anyway, that'll be the idea. Will you stream it? I'll probably stream my classes, yes. But I think the way it works is I'll have multiple classes a day that will be kind of repetitive because I'm not going to teach all, 150 students at once. I think they're broken up. So I don't know if I'll stream the whole thing because I'm going to repeat the lesson like X amount of times in a row. Super TF, bro. 7th place, bro. That's really good, man. Congrats. You got a lot better, genuinely. So anyway, that's the goal. That's why I am going to be a part of Streamer U. I'll be honest, I have zero plans to like make content for my channel from the event. Like, don't expect me to go live and like fucking be doing dorm room shenanigans. I'm literally going to be teaching. I'm going to give homework. I'll be working on my curriculum after class. I'll be grading the homework after class. I'll have office hours, and then I'm going to bed and I'm waking up. Like, at full stop. The only video I might make is like a condensed version of my class for anyone online to watch who couldn't attend. But that's it. Yeah, I'm not even going to go by Ludwig. I'm going to say people are not allowed to refer to me as Ludwig. They have to call me Professor L. I don't want to be Ludwig. I don't want to be a content guy. I am a teacher. That is my only role. I'm Professor L. You call me Ludwig, you are kicked out of the classroom. What about downtime? I'm either working on the classes, working out, or sleeping. There's no downtime that I'll be streaming. A lot of other people are going to Streamer U. Like if you look at someone like Jason the Ween or Stable Ronaldo or Marlon, like they're gonna go with the idea of getting a lot of content out of it. I could not care less. My goal is to be the best professor possible, and I think if I'm focused on being a content creator, I'll be a worse professor. I'd rather be the best professor I can possibly be. So that's just a heads up for y'all. And again, if I stream, it'll just be the class. When is it? I don't know if dates are released. Are they? No way streamers will listen to you? Then they're kicked out the class. Like, what do I give a shit? I'm there to teach people who genuinely want to learn. And if someone doesn't want to learn and they're taking away the experience from others, then they're out. I run my class. Tell the dates to Leslie or Ray so we can know. That is some Ray shit, huh? I think Ludwig's going to be busy at an event. Says the exact dates. Do you have family members who are teachers? Yeah, my mom was a teacher for 20 years. I have a lot of respect for the profession. I think it's a noble profession. I think a lot of teachers are dog shit, to be honest. And there's a huge issue where teachers work to get tenure and then become absolute ass teachers. But then there's also a lot of people who try continuously for their entire career. And it's a very noble profession to pursue. So anyway, that's the game plan, y'all. That's the Streamer U news. Guys! Guess who threw the first pitch yesterday? We have to talk about it. I had an amazing opportunity to throw the first pitch at a Dodgers game, which is like kind of a dream goal. You know what I mean? That's like I can't believe I got to do it already. Do you know what I mean? I thought I'd have to fucking wait years to be able to do that. But here it is. Ceremonial first pitch. Check out the ball. It's really cool. I'm going to try to get it signed by Dodgers players. How did you land that? Unironically, with full sincerity, it's because I'm a Red Bull athlete. And I know that sounds like a meme. But if you don't know, Red Bull is a partner with the Dodgers, and they got to pick one person to throw the first pitch out this entire year. That is like one of the perks they get for being a partner and, giving the Dodgers money. And they chose me. Which is kind of a lot of pressure if you think about it, right? Because you go through the Red Bull athletes roster, there's a lot of amazing athletes they could have chosen to throw the first pitch who probably would have thrown some fucking heat. You know what I'm saying? They could have had damn Ryan Sheckler out there or some shit. They could have had like the best snowboarder in the world or the best surfer in the world. But they chose my ass. Kind of funny, too, or kind of weird. It was Hawaiian Heritage Night. And generally, if you don't know, there's actually multiple first pitches. So they don't always do one. They don't do one first pitch anymore. They do like two, sometimes maybe even three. So they did two first pitches yesterday. There's like the other ones just to celebrate more people, and then the main one. I thought I was going to be like one of the other ones, and they're going to have a Hawaiian person be the main first pitch. That was not what happened. The actual very first pitch was this lady who was like a 70-year-old Dodgers fan and was celebrating her 50-year anniversary with her husband. It was a beautiful story. But I was kind of pumped to find out for two reasons. One, that meant I was the main first pitch, like the last person to throw the ball before the game starts. And also, it made me look a lot better because she threw it underhand 5 feet away from home plate and still didn't get in the strike zone. I'm not talking shit. 50 years is an amazing accomplishment. It just was a lot easier to follow up the 70-year-old lady than it would have been if they got some jacked dude. Okay? If they had the fucking Rock throwing out a pitch, I would have looked a lot worse in comparison. I'm just saying. I can't say that. I can't mention something honestly. So anyway, I threw out the first pitch, and I was a little nervous because I've never played baseball. I didn't play baseball growing up. I only played soccer, and you know, I was a baseball hater until like 4 years ago, until I went to my first baseball game as an adult, and I was like, wait, this kind of rules. And so I was like kind of nervous about it, and then I got on a call actually with former MLB pitcher turned YouTuber Trevor May. Trevor May is a YouTuber. I hit him up. I said, Trevor, help me. Trevor, help me. Because I watched his video he posted, how much velocity can we add to a non-thrower in one day? So I got on a FaceTime with him just to get like an idea of what I should do. And the basics of what he told me, the basics were, one, when you're throwing a four-seam fastball, all right, you hold the ball here because you're using the pads of your first and middle finger to get grip on the right here on the seam. Okay? So one, how to hold it. Two, the other note was throw it hard, which sounds obvious, but like you have to really want to throw a ball hard to throw it hard. It almost hurts in a way to throw a ball as hard as you can, especially when you don't warm up or you're not trained to do it. So I actually didn't throw a single baseball before my first pitch because I don't have a catcher and I didn't want to throw a baseball at the wall. I thought that'd like hurt the wall or something. So instead, what I was doing is at the office, we have a lemon tree. So I was throwing fruit at the wall. Like probably three times. I just like spent like 10 minutes and I'd grab like 3 lemons and I'd throw them as hard as I fucking could at the wall. And then I would be a little sore and then I'd stop. And then I did that like 3 times. And that was my only experience. And so then I had to learn how to hold a seam. And you know, just out of curiosity, I just had another question on like, what is the advantage of using something like pine tar? Because if you don't know, all right, there's a substance pitchers used to use called pine tar, sometimes maybe spider tack. Now, actually, MLB players still use this, but they use it for grip on their bat, right? So they really get a good grip, and that's legal. It is illegal to put it on your fingers or on the ball to get more spin, and according to Trevor May, a little more speed. Because my goal for this first pitch was to be the fastest first pitch in MLB history. Now, if you don't know, the actual fastest first pitch is by Ichiro Suzuki, almost unanimous Hall of Famer, except for one piece of shit who said no. And Ichiro threw, I think, 93 or 4 miles an hour. And then, like, the second fastest is, like, Colin Kaepernick, who obviously was a professional quarterback. I think played baseball in college. He threw, like, 80 miles an hour. So I was like, okay, let me be the fastest of a non-professional athlete. You know, like someone who didn't play ball. All right, that was the goal going in. All right. So the first thing I do is they bring me out on the field, and I'm doing, like, a warm-up. And oftentimes when you throw the first pitch, you throw out to another Dodger, like to one of the players. That is not who I threw to. I threw to a ball boy. And I knew they were a ball boy because on the back of their jersey, it didn't have their last name. It had their first name. You know you're lower on the totem pole when you have to put the first name on the back of the jersey. It just is what it is. Okay? They're very nice, by the way. I think it was Scott and Andrew. They're very sweet. So they were like, do you want to warm up? I was like, yeah. So I was just throwing the ball, and this is my first time ever doing it. I fucked up, though, because I threw too many. Like, I was warming up, and I was just chucking them as hard as I could. I did maybe 12 throws, and I got a Charlie horse in my ass. I'm an idiot, bro, because I wanted to work out the day before. I was like, oh, I'll work out my legs. That way my upper body is fine for the throw. All the power of a throw comes from the legs. So tell me why I did 100 jump squats. I'm walking around like I got sandbags for legs, jelly in my feet, and then after 10 throws, I got a huge Charlie horse in my ass. I lie down on the field to stretch my ass. They go, you can't lie down on the field. I go, okay. And I'm hobbling around. And then, with basically no time to recover, they were like, oh, you got to throw. I was like, all right. I guess I would fucking throw. Now, I actually have the full video of it as displayed on the screen. So here it is.
YouTuber, and Red Bull Ludwig is an award-winning streamer, YouTuber, and Red Bull athlete. And he just celebrated his birthday yesterday. Happy birthday, Ludwig. The mound is yours.
I threw up the shaka for Hawaiian Heritage Night. I kept it loose. I gave it a light shake. That's a good shaka right there. Rate my shaka out of 10. Pretty good shaka, I think.
Hey, Ludwig, the mound is yours.
Okay, he did call me Ludwig, but in his defense, the actual correct pronunciation of this name is Ludwig. So he's closer than most Americans. Most Americans call me Ludwig. I've bastardized my name due to American incompetence. It is totally fine to pronounce my name Ludwig. It is genuinely just because American incompetence that people called me Ludwig that I just adopted it. No other reason. So I'm going out, bro. This is right after the national anthem. The crowd was going crazy, by the way. You couldn't hear the crowd. The crowd was kind of electric. The crowd was kind of, I did the let's go, and they started cheering. I was getting jazzed. I took the mound. I wanted to do it from the plate. I think plate to home plate is 60 feet. I wanted to do it from the plate. Sometimes people do first pitch off the mound, like they'll scoot 5 feet forward. I wanted to do it from the plate just to have the experience. Boom!
Nice pitch. Thanks for joining us.
Look at that shit, bro.
Nice.
Actual 90-mile-an-hour sweeper. Okay. Inside the zone, by the way. I dotted it, painted the outside. That's not a ball. Check again. Check again. That's a strike. That's a strike. I painted, bro. That's outside. That's bottom right corner. Or I guess bottom left. ABS. ABS. I'm telling you, bro, everybody swings on that, by the way. It's a strike. I was so jazzed with the pitch, bro. Because it happened so fast. You know what I mean? Like, this whole entire thing was 40 seconds. And I spent my entire day nervous about it.
Pitch. Thanks for joining us.
Here's the deal. I would reach for my head. Dalton rushing would go. And I would go, Dalton. And then it would go to ABS. It would show, okay, 0.1 inches. Just barely kissing. That's a strike. Ump would go, good call. I'd go, yeah, I know.
Tonight.
Good dap up. Anyway, it was fucking beast mode. I was so pumped. It went about as well as I could have hoped. If you are curious on the final speed, we did a calculation. What are your guesses? What are your guesses? What are your guesses on how fast that was? And as to whether or not I broke the record. Spoilers, I did not break the record. I did not break the record. Okay, it is what it is. It's my first throw in my life. Not bad. Not bad. But I did throw some heat. It wasn't horrible. It was a Kike Hernandez level of pitch. Final speed. 54 miles an hour. Turns out that pine tar, okay, doesn't really help that much, especially when the ball that you've lathered pine tar on is swapped for the actual ball about 1 minute before you pitch. I only had a little bit of pine tar on my fingers left. But I'm cool. 54 is clean. 54, bro. I'm crushing a JV baseball game. I think officially, and I'm not sure about this, it needs to be fact checked, but I think this is the fastest time ever thrown at an MLB game from an inbred human. I'm pretty proud of that fact. I think it's genuinely the fastest. Yeah, it beat out George Bush, who I believe is possibly inbred. I'm not exactly sure his lineage, but it did beat out George Bush. I threw faster than George. So anyway, it was pretty fire. Shout out Red Bull. Shout out the Dodgers. My next goal, because I didn't expect to achieve this so fast, I have 2 goals with baseball. Okay, well, 3. Watch the Dodgers win back to back to back. Catch a home run ball. I really want to catch a home run ball, which that one's just kind of RNG. And then the final goal, I want to sing the national anthem at the game. I used to sing the national anthem in high school for our sporting events, so I low-key think I would crush it. Can you give me a beat? Oh, say, can you see? Right? That's a harmony. That's a harmony right there. The thing is, I feel like there's an opportunity too. Because they do a lot of if you don't know in baseball, they try to get people to attend.
Have you seen the LTT tip-to-tip video on your Reddit?
I have seen it, yeah. I commented on it. No one liked my comment, but I did comment on it. If you don't know, in baseball, they do a lot of special nights to get people to attend. So if you look up like Dodgers promotion or promotional nights, like almost every night there's some shit going on, right? Like I'll show you. There's Shohei Ohtani bobblehead night, then Sun Heung-min bobblehead night, Kike Hernandez bobblehead night, the Hello Kitty and Friends night, and then they also have Black Heritage Night, Guatemalan Heritage Night, Salvadorian Heritage Night, Korean Heritage Night. I'm waiting for a Chinese Heritage Night because I feel like they would let me sing the national anthem for that. Okay, they don't have one this year because there's not a lot of Chinese baseball players on the Dodgers. But I feel like if they get one going, maybe they call me up. Wo Sure Jungle Ren. Right? Why are you guys question marking? Maybe a French Heritage Night? I also don't think French people play baseball either. The jerseys are kind of fire, though, no? Like, here's the deal. I understand why you have a union night for people in unions, why you have a first responders night, why you have a nurses night. Where's the streamers night? Do you know what I mean? We work hard. You know what I could get, actually? They do a teacher night. After being a professor at Streamer University, maybe Professor L with the national anthem. Right? I'll ask Kai to make a call for me. I think it'll happen. I just need to ask Kai to make a call for me. You have no teaching certificate? What do you mean? I have a golden play button. Surely that counts for something, no? Anyway, y'all, that was dope. You know what made me feel really good? after throwing the first pitch, I'm walking back to my seat, and there's a few fans who came up, but there's a bunch of like old dudes who had no idea who I was, and they were all like, nice pitch. I was like, thanks, because they just recognized me from the big screen, the jumbotron. I got like 8 of those. They're like, good arm. And there was a Dodgers representative, I think Andrew, who deals with all the partners. And I came back and he was like, you know what? That was the fastest pitch from any partner I've had. I'll say that much. And I was like, hell yeah. Hell yeah. Like whoever fucking Uniqlo adds to their team, like I'm beating them out. I don't know who the fuck is throwing for Uniqlo. Hold up. Jason Lewin's calling me. Jason, I'm live. What's up, bro?
I'm live too, bro. I was just waiting on, I was just scrolling Twitter and I saw your State Farm Games Worldwide announcement tweet. And I was like, I'm down. I'm down to represent Vietnam.
Jason, there's not going to be a Vietnam team.
State Farm? I meant Streamer Games.
Also, Jason, are you Vietnamese?
Yes, I'm Vietnamese.
Like, do you have a permanent residency in Vietnam? Do you have a passport in Vietnam?
Yeah.
No, you don't, bro. You have an American passport. That's it. Where were you born?
I was born in America.
You're an American, bro.
I'm a co-citizen because both my parents
Show the
are
passport.
from Vietnam.
Show the passport.
I've never been to Vietnam, but...
And you're going to represent Vietnam.
Yes.
You've never been.
Jeez. Okay. What do I got to do for an invite, bro? Wait. Am I invited? Like, how are you going to do it this year?
Jason, I'll be honest. You're not invited right now. However, and this is a leak. I can tell you this. I am a professor at Streamer University.
I'm not going to your fucking class.
Well, that's a shame for you because I'm picking my 5 best students and I'm inviting them to Streamer Games.
Bro.
The 5 students who perform the best, I will choose to be a team at Streamer Games. So maybe you should get to class.
What are you going to be teaching?
My class is called How to Get Lucky.
What?
Oh, hold up. I'm getting another FaceTime. 1 second. What up, Ron?
I know you're asking. I know you've been waiting to fucking text me, bro. Yes, I'm down to come to the Streamer Games, bro. I'm down. You let me know, bro. You let me know. Do I need to bring anything? Do I need to do anything, bro? You let me know.
Ron, what team would you play for?
Why is your chat spamming this fucking... What even is this, bro? What is a fucking bro? The fuck is this shit?
It's like a little guy dancing and laughing.
Yo, bro, you let me know, bro. What do you need? Do you need a host? What do you need, bro? I'll raid you for the next 3 weeks.
Whoa, actually, really?
Yes, bro. Yo, get this shit out of my chat!
Ron, here's the deal. Ron, you're going to Streamer U, no?
I don't know when it is. They didn't put the dates yet.
But you're going.
Yeah.
I'm going to leak this to you. I haven't told anyone this. I'm inviting 5 students from Streamer U who I deem to be great pupils to be a part of a Streamer U team at Streamer Games.
Can you just put me with Marlon?
What do you mean? No, Marlon's on the international team. You can't be on the international team.
Bro, come on. Let me play the Streamer Games, please, bro. Please, I'll do anything. On God, bro. Like last year, I did pretty good. The year before that, I didn't think I was invited.
You did pretty well. You mean to say you did pretty well? Doing good is like doing good in the world.
Guys, I'm not international. I'm not Indian. Thanks, though. Yo, so what do I need to do to get invited, bro?
All you have to do is show up to class on time, be a great student, and impress me at Streamer University. And sorry, I'm getting another call. 1 second. Hey, what up, Jason?
Yo, Ludwig. Just wondering, let's say hypothetically, I don't do too good in your class.
Sorry, you
know
don't
what I
do
mean?
too well in my class.
Sorry, yeah, well, sorry, wrong use of grammar there. You know what I mean? I feel like.
Give me 1 second. I'm just getting another call.
Yo,
Hey,
Ludwig.
Ron, what's up, man?
Quick question, man.
Shoot.
How does one get invited to your streamer games for real, though? Like, you know, if I'm not doing good in streamer U, is there a way I could just get,
Sorry,
you know?
you're not doing well in Streamer U.
Oh, yeah, I keep
I'm
fucking
getting
up.
another call. 1 second.
Yo,
JTW,
bro.
the man, the myth.
Seeing your tweet about streamer games. You know, last year it was pretty awesome. We almost won.
I remember that. You guys did
love
well.
Another invite, bro. Another invite. Any team, honestly, I feel like I'd be a very valuable player.
I mean, the teams right now are based around like different countries, and Team USA's full, no? So it's like, I don't know where I'd put you.
I mean, you know what I mean? Look at me. Look at me,
Oh my
bro.
gosh, I'm getting a call. You wouldn't believe it. 1 second.
Hey, bro.
Stable Ronaldo. Love talking to you. What's up,
Bro,
bro?
let's just fuck all that bullshit. Jason Team China, Ron Team India. Let's fucking make shit fucking pop. Let's do it, man. What do you say?
What do you why would you be Team Indian?
Bro, just fucking let's go crazy, man. Let's make streamer games fucking #1, man. I'll take us to the top.
Ron,
Let's
you're
do
not.
it.
You're American, Ron.
Bro, fuck a view count. Make every view count, bro. Let's fucking do this shit.
What does that even mean in this context?
Bro, fuck a view count, bro. Let's make every view count, Lud.
You just said it again, but louder. Why are
Bro,
you
fuck a sub count. Make every sub count.
What does this mean? Okay. Ron?
Make me and Jason on a team, bro. We get Special Olympics. Bro, come on. You know, that's some good PR. That's good PR.
I don't think it's good PR. I don't think you guys have any disabilities that would allow you to be part of a... Oh.
Have you seen Jason's face?
Well, I wouldn't like to profile him as... Okay. You guys are losing me. I'll just say Ron said you should be part of a Special Olympics team because...
I mean, bro, anything works.
What do you mean anything works? You can't LARP.
I just found out my asthma came back, so maybe I can. Maybe I'm eligible.
I don't know if asthma is an eligible reason.
Tên là Jason Nguyễn. Có đi streamer game được không? Hey.
Were you as embarrassed saying it as I was listening to it?
No, that was fluent Vietnamese. Let me be Team Asia or some shit. Look at me.
A team.
Do I look American to you?
Yes, America is a diverse group. It's not.
No. So if you didn't know who I was and you looked at me, would you think I'm American?
Yes, easily by your bust and haircut. It's obvious.
What the fuck?
I don't understand English, but I'm excited.
I'm gonna hang up now, man. Well, it's good for me that people are excited to join streamer games, but that is true. Okay, I wasn't gonna announce it yet. I was gonna announce it at Streamer U, but I am inviting a team from Streamer University to participate at Streamer Games. My 5 best students, and it will just be based off of who I perceive to be doing the best, will be invited to participate. Because I want to, give a reward to people who take my class seriously. Why are you guys, Ron, Jason, why are you guys having Ohm right? You guys are like, let me join, I'll do anything. I will pretend I have a disability. Just show up to class. That's literally all I am asking you to do. Just show up to class. You have a guaranteed ride if you're a good student. They can't read? You don't need to read to be a streamer. Anyway, I appreciate your enthusiasm to be a part of Streamer Games 2026. It's going to be an awesome adventure, and I will consider your applications, and we will be announcing the teams next week. The thing is, I haven't announced it yet, but Team USA is full. They couldn't be a part of Team USA. That is a no-go. And I don't think they can be a part of the international team. It doesn't make sense. When do teams get announced? They should be announced next week. They should be announced next week. Team core? No. What do you mean team? Look, first off, I want women on a team, and I think core has a policy of no women. So already we're off to a bad start. Second off, the teams are not based around, groups of creators. It's based around nationalities, countries, locales, with the exception, of course, of Streamer U, which I just did because I thought it would be honestly a reason for people to pay attention to my class. If I just dangled a carrot for them all. Marlon is on Team International. Okay, I can leak that. There are people who are basically not from America, but don't have a large enough group of streamers from their specific country that I've lumped into an international squad. Because it's not like I have a Team Sweden ready to go. There should be a second-generation immigrant team. Well, I don't actually subscribe to that because I believe a second-generation immigrant is called an American. I don't differentiate your Americanness based off of when your family came to America. That is the beauty of America. It is not that you were here for 200 years, that you are more American or less American. You are an American when you get your citizenship, when you are born here, when you naturalize, whatever it is. So I would feel wrong putting them on a Team Asia because it'd be denying their Americanness that they have earned, that their family has earned by coming over. Okay? Let's give credit to immigrants, bro. They have to do a hard job. They got to go somewhere where they don't speak the language, or maybe they don't speak it as well. It's scary. They don't have necessarily guaranteed employment, and they make a life happen. So I get that they want to participate, but I'm against it full stop. I think it's ridiculous to say Jason is Vietnamese. He's as American as anyone on Team USA.
WW.
Does Marlon not have a U.S. passport? Almost assuredly not. He probably has a green card. I don't know. Maybe he has an O1 visa. If they have dual citizenship, then yes, I think that's fine. I wouldn't deny somebody's dual citizenship. But also,
is Matt Freeze on Team USA?
We're not making a Team Vietnam. I don't know 4 other Vietnamese streamers, even if he had citizenship. Look, I'll consider. I have it. Look, I will say this. Excluding Streamer U, the roster's not finalized. And I will say, I actually was really impressed with Ron last year. I think Ron did a very good job. Jason did all right. I was not impressed by him. But Ron did a very good job. No, you don't say he did a well job. It's a good job. It's not he did. There's a Reckless Ben video that went up. Wait, is there? Ooh. Is it part 3 or is it a fake part 3?
I'm about to go to court and I don't even know what I did wrong.
I'm down. I'm genuinely down to watch it. I do have to eat. How about this? How about we watch this after we do our Pokemon unboxing, and then that's the stream. That's a pretty good stream, no? I think it's a W stream.
You should watch my Beast Gaming.
You can charge punches? Ludwig, no, hold on. Don't, I'm pissed off. You're already, hold on. I literally fucking beat your ass so hard. You were talking so much shit and I pummeled you, bro. When the lights get bright, you fucking shrink. When the lights get bright, you shrink. I don't know what to tell you, man. First, if I have 100 gifted, oh my god. Oh my god, you are donating me money. You are literally donating me money. It's actually crazy. I just beat him in a fucking best of 5. It would be like, what do you mean? Squeaky ass Mike, the only thing in the house that squeaks? Yeah, bro, you want to see my fucking pathetic little micro penis fucking bounce up and down? Is that what you want, bro? That's what you want. Don't piss me off. God, man, I got last place. I lost. Oh my god, I'm so bad. I got fucking... Oh. This is good.
All right, y'all.
This is great.
We're going to watch this video. It's the Reckless Ben Part 3 mods. Can you change the title? I got to get some food. It's snacky time. It's drink time. I got to re-up my water. I'll be back, and then we're going to rip it. Sound good, everyone? Okay, I'll be back in like 2 minutes. Break on 3. 2, 3, break. What food you got? It's leftovers from my birthday dinner. Kitty makes this thing called chicken balls. It's like chicken, cream cheese, a bunch of spices, onions, and then put in like a Pillsbury dough roll, and then put in like almond flour. It tastes awesome. Chat. We're going to rip the Pokemon cards after this video. So, I'm sure you guys are all aware of the Bricks and Minifigs saga. I made a video about it. And we were waiting on a part 3 for almost a month now. The reason being is because the company Bricks and Minifigs got a judge to sign some document that gagged Reckless Ben, the YouTuber, from making more videos or posts about Bricks and Minifigs, literally infringing on the First Amendment right. And finally, he's been able to post about it. He posted yesterday, maybe it was 2 days ago, a video called I Can Talk Again, where he just promoted that the video is out on Patreon. And then he uploaded the video for real just now. I don't know what this video is about. I'm assuming, okay, title, they tried to throw me in jail before this documentary came out. It is about the ongoing lawsuit, which is really the remaining fallout of the entire affair of the Bricks and Minifigs and the $200,000 collection, which I think was proven to be less than $200K, but still like almost $100,000. So let's dive in. I don't really have any expectations going in, but I'm curious.
I'm about to go to court, and I don't even know what I did wrong. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs is making up tons of lies about me to the police to try to get me thrown in jail so I can't release my documentary about them. But the crazy part is I'm not even allowed to know what they're saying I did. Legally, I'm not allowed to film inside court, so I formally requested the audio, but since there was no visual, I hired an animator to animate over it. Right now, I kind of don't even know what I'm being charged for because all of the body cam footage.
First off, W Reckless Ben for hiring an animator. I've seen him use so much AI art. This segment would have sucked if he had used that instead.
It's been redacted, and they say it's to protect the victims. However, I think there are some redactions that maybe don't make sense and that weren't to protect the victims, and there's some things being said about me that are redacted that I don't know about.
I do have some concern in this case with the defendant representing himself. The allegations here relate to the fact that the defendant, he's a person he's a YouTuber, creates videos, publishes them online, and
he's defending himself? I don't know a lot about court. I took one class in college about specifically copyright law. Everything else I got no clue about. Even that I mostly forget. That was 10 years ago. But I do know representing yourself, never a good idea. It's almost never better than getting represented. Unless the person representing you absolutely sucks at their job. But it's almost always better to be represented. So we'll see how this goes. But already I feel like this is... And then the other thing I'm thinking about constantly is like posting this video. Reckless Ben's a crazy guy. Like he's insane. I think he's genuinely an insane person. Posting this video only gets you into more legal trouble. Like it cannot help you, right? It cannot help you in the court of law. He already has the court of public opinion on his side. Like there's no questions about it. So posting this video is only more evidence that can be used against him in court. It cannot help him in court. But I feel like he doesn't give a fuck. I feel like this guy's genuinely down to have every single dollar stripped from him as long as he is able to post a video on YouTube. If he can make content from it, nothing else matters. He will go to, the tattered edges of poverty, but he'll just upload a fucking YouTube video. It's kind of beautiful in a way. It is. It's also the scariest possible person you could go against if you are a mega corporation. Because what do you have as a tool for mega corporation? It's money, capital. You can hire the best lawyers to get the most money from the person you're going up against and hit them with the biggest charges. But even if this guy goes to jail, if he loses $500,000, he's just going to post again. And bricks and minifigs, that's something they can never get. That is something capital cannot guarantee you is the court of public opinion. It can help, but it cannot guarantee it for you.
And has been, if this defendant were to represent himself and we were to provide body cams and discovery, we would be now providing additional information and fodder for this defendant to create videos from which he could profit by placing them on YouTube at the expense of our victim. I have serious concerns for that.
Yeah, the state of Utah is claiming that if they tell me what I'm being accused of, then I'll use it for content on my YouTube channel. And they can't have that. They're arguing to the judge that the best thing to do is to not let me know what's being said about me, which is very strange, but that's their argument. And just in case you haven't been following,
I mean, low-key, it makes sense. I don't know if legally it holds up, but like, that is the only power you hold over them. So they're trying to gag it. They're trying to take it away from you.
along with this whole Lego story, this is all happening.
In my mind, that's First Amendment, right? That's the most beautiful thing we have as Americans. That shit protected.
Because I stepped in to help a family who got their Lego collection stolen from a company called Bricks and Minifigs. And for the last couple months, this company's been doing whatever they can to get me arrested so they can keep all the Legos for themselves. And this isn't even just me speculating. One of their own employees literally told us what their plan was.
I got a call from my boss, and it was like, how do we get them arrested? How do we get them arrested?
But eventually, Bricks and Minifigs found out that I'm not just some random kid. I'm actually a YouTuber making a documentary on the entire scandal.
So the YouTube guy is named Reckless Ben. I don't want to be on YouTube.
Yeah, this is when things really started getting crazy. Bricks and Minifigs went into ultimate defense mode and was going to do whatever it takes to prevent this documentary from coming out. First, the police got a call saying I had heroin on me.
This officer is going to conduct a search of your person.
We all know this. This is a recap.
Substances in the vehicle.
And obviously, they found nothing. But then they got a call saying that I was the one that stole the Legos. And I got swatted by the entire police department.
Included in the warrant are Legos.
And we all got arrested. But right when I got out of jail, I got a warrant for my arrest for some mystery crime that I committed.
It seems like this guy might live in LA, or his last known address is in LA.
Yeah, the police showed up to my house all the way in Los Angeles to arrest me without bail.
He was like, just tell him he has a warrant for his arrest.
But the police couldn't arrest me.
Any idea where he actually is?
No idea.
Okay.
I was somewhere very far away. But anyways, back to court. The judge is looking at signing a protective order to protect Josh and all of his statements about me. If this protective order gets signed, then I'll never be able to find out what he's claiming I did.
I got bad news. I don't think we have any more budget for animation, dude.
Oh, shoot. So how do we animate this next court scene? I guess if we have to not pay the lawyers, then I guess the animation's more important, right?
Yeah, we decided maybe the lawyers are actually more important. So, yeah, we ran out of animation budget. Sorry, guys.
The court's inclined to sign this pretrial protective order unless you have an objection to it, Mr. Schneider, and the objection to such an order.
Yes, I think there's a bunch of misunderstandings in this case, and so this person doesn't want to get exposed, so he's making up a lot of lies about me to order to like get me arrested before he gets exposed. So that's what this whole thing's about.
However, before I was allowed to show any of the...
I hate that he's representing himself. I just feel like it's such a bad play. Like, you can't... That's not how it works. You don't just get to talk to a judge and be like, Judge, here's what happened. Like, this guy's fucking just trying to... Like, you can't talk to him like it's your boy.
Overwhelming evidence I have to support my claims, the judge didn't care about the evidence and signed the protective order anyways.
Mr. Schneider, the court's going to sign this order and serve it upon you.
So the court...
I also low-key, and I don't know if this is true, but I have a bias, a belief that judges are harsher in sentencing and rulings to people who defend themselves, because I think they also don't like it because it makes their jobs harder. So I feel like if he was defended by somebody, There's a strong chance the judge would not have signed it because the judge probably knew, like, hey, this does not fucking hold up.
Has made it clear they do not want to look at the evidence and they want to protect Josh and Brandon for some reason. And now I have to somehow fight a court case against all of these mystery crimes against me that I have no clue what they're even saying I did. So this whole mess is happening in American Fork, Utah. But I'm also being charged with another case in Provo, Utah. This is where corporate Bricks and Minifigs is, which is why I'm also being charged here. And this police department has surprisingly actually followed the law when it comes to discovery, and they sent me all the raw body cam footage of what I'm being charged for. Let's start at the beginning, the moment I first met the CEO. The reason I'm talking to him right now is because before exposing this company—
Low-key W bench. I don't fuck with the company, but that's a W bench.
For the grand theft they committed, I thought it was in good faith to give them an opportunity to do the right thing first before I make a documentary about this.
You had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your store?
Nope. Never happened.
I thought this drama ended. Thank you for the 10 gifted Z-Spin one, and I appreciate you. The drama ended. Now we have the legal proceedings, which are the fallout of the drama, which is no longer drama. Now it is just a question of court, of the plaintiff proving their case or the defendant defending their case.
But the CEO did not want to take the opportunity to do the right thing and instead instantly called the cops on us.
Hi there, I'm calling to report a crime.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you. It's Ben Snyder who's been the one engaged in this behavior.
You can see in the police report that the crime he wanted to get us charged for is called extortion, which basically means we're threatening him into paying us, which is very illegal. However, obviously he's just making all of this up. The reality is, I just thought it was a nice gesture to give him the opportunity to do the right thing first.
If you guys do have our Legos, we just kind of want them back, you know?
But if there's one thing I've learned—
Hey, extortion seems like a stretch. That would seem like a hard thing to prove in court. I don't know if they were extorted.
This entire experience, it's that whoever ends up doing the morally right thing just ends up getting screwed over. So now it's time to play the way Bricks and Minifigs is playing.
Oh my God, no. Oh my God, you're kidding me. I was ready for part 3, bro. I was like, I'm going to hire the best lawyer. I have this. Saved. Everybody saved. And now it's time to spam real voice. Guys, I'm going to disappear for 2 seconds and be right back. I believe I am now back, and I think my voice is fixed. So, okay, here's the deal. I think, I don't know. I don't know what. Ben's a crazy guy. He's back to hijinks. Why is he back to hijinks? Hire a good-ass lawyer. You've raised a lot of money from the GoFundMe.
And use their own strategy against them. Right now, their strategy is to get me arrested before I get them arrested. So now, I'm gonna Uno reverse this and get Eamon, the CEO, arrested before he gets me arrested. But if I'm going to be the reason that someone's going to jail, I should probably make sure that they definitely deserve this. So I'm going to give them one more chance to try to do the right thing first. But instead of doing the right thing and attempting to work this out, Eamon just hid in his little office. And he called the police on me.
I can already tell you right now, no one's coming out to talk to you guys.
Really? But they told us that they were.
Okay, this is old.
Normally I wouldn't want to get someone arrested, but we gave him every opportunity to talk to us, so at this point he's just arresting himself. However, the only difference between my strategy and Bricks and Minifigs' strategy is I don't have to lie to the police. Eamon McNeff actually committed a crime. I have tons of crimes on camera that Eamon McNeff has committed. Let's start at the beginning with crime number 1.
I've noticed a change in this video. A lot of name drops. He wants people to know this is Eamon McNeff. This is Eamon McNeff of Bricks and Minifigs.
What's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No. So who's
Brian Mansell.
Okay, and who is that?
It's crazy his name's actually Eamon, no? That's a made-up name we gave Aiden. We call Aiden Eamon Gaiman. We literally thought of a stupid version of the name Aiden. And his parents called him that.
The guy who had he had like $200,000 worth of Legos in your guys' store.
Never happened.
Eamon was first trying to claim that he's never even heard of Brian Mansell, and this guy definitely never had any Legos in a Bricks and Minifigs store. But once we showed him all of the social media posts his own company made, it was very obvious that we just caught him in a lie. So the CEO decided to change his story, and now the story is the Legos used to be in the store, but the previous owner, Crystal, she stole the Legos right before they took over the store.
That's the easy way.
Have the Lego. Crystal sold the Lego.
The only problem is there's security camera footage of the previous owner getting kicked out.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment liability.
Corporate just said that they're going to be the ones to take over the consignment deal with all the Legos that are still in the store. And
yeah, he does kind of look like Wario. I give you that.
Extra proof that these Lego sets were still in the store, the owner went into the back and started taking pictures of everything that you can verify in the metadata with the timestamps that match the exact moment she's getting kicked out. And then you can see her leave the store with nothing in her hands, proving that the sets were still in the store and the CEO is lying to us right now.
I think it's almost all recap so far.
But that's only one side of the story. I also thought it was fair to hear his side.
You sent a bunch of pictures of the Legos still in the back, and you can see in the security camera footage, corporate comes and throws her out.
Great. I understand what you're talking about, but you have a misunderstanding of what has occurred, and you're taking one person's word over another person's word. You need to go after the party that's responsible, and you don't want to because that's not easy. You have accepted a narrative that is not real.
I don't know if that sentence makes sense. You don't want to go after the party responsible because that's not easy. I feel like it is easy. It's easiest to go after the party that actually did it.
And you are continuing to pursue that narrative because
it would be harder to go after someone who didn't do it. Because that'd be harder to prove because they didn't do it.
It's easy and it gives you views and it gives you all sorts of clout and does all sorts of things that way.
So basically what the CEO is trying to explain to me is we shouldn't be looking at the evidence. Instead, I should just be taking his word for it because he said so.
Crystal Law was a former franchisee of Bricks and Minifigs.
Okay.
Yeah.
She took Mr. Mansell's Lego, sold it, didn't pay him, she has his money.
But
she sold his Lego, she has his money.
To make it easier for you guys to understand the CEO's argument, we're going to demonstrate his argument with a little skit.
Oh, that wasn't a backflip. No.
Oh, are you sure?
You have a misunderstanding of what happened.
Yes. This is the exact argument the CEO is trying to make. Something we just saw in video, the CEO is saying never happened, which would mean the CEO's lying. And most people would agree that lying is morally...
Dude... You know what? He really is a master of explaining the point he's trying to make in the dumbest but most understandable way possible. He's right that Eamon McNeff is wrong here. Whether ignorance or intentionally wrong, he's wrong. Like just factually that maybe, and by the way, we looked into this. I think it's super true that Crystal did not pay up the Brian Mansell family all the money that she had made from Lego sales. I think mostly from ineptitude, not from malice. But that does not account for the entire Lego set and all the value of the Lego set. And so it's like maybe what he is saying is true to an extent, not in the fact that she stole the money and has the money, because I don't think that's the case. But it is also true that there were Legos that were left at the store that they just kind of co-opted.
Wrong. However, if you lie about a crime the way Eamon's lying to me right now, then that's not just morally wrong anymore. That crosses into new territory called illegal. The specific crime is called obstruction. If someone commits this crime, they can get arrested.
I don't think they. I don't think you can get arrested for lying to someone. I don't know if this is true, by the way. Maybe if you do fraud. But like the crime is the crime, not lying about the crime, right? So like, okay, like if I, and let's just think about this for a moment. Let's say I punch Reckless Ben in the face. And then he confronts me and he's like, you punched me in the face. And I go, no, I didn't. I don't think the crime is me saying, no, I didn't, lying about it. The crime is me punching him in the face. And you need to prove that I punch you in the face. I think obstruction is when you're stopping the legal process from discovering the truth, not an individual. Okay? And then, yeah, things like perjury fall under that. But like none of that matters outside of the court when you're just talking to someone. I'm pretty sure. I feel like I get my right to just fucking lie to whoever I want, whenever I want. But I can't lie in court, and I can't try to hide things from court. But this isn't court. This is him confronting him.
We're at the police station, and we're going to charge him with a criminal crime, obstructing of evidence of a $200,000 theft. And good news for us, we found out last week that all of the police in Utah take obstruction very seriously here. The police arrested my friend Sheldon for obstruction just for locking his phone.
Right now you're attempting to destroy evidence. Okay, put your hands behind your back. I was just locking my phone.
You're under arrest for obstruction of evidence right now.
The crazy part is, the police didn't even have a warrant, so Sheldon locking his phone was 100% legal. But the police arrested him anyways because that's literally how serious the police take obstruction crimes here.
Well, these police are actual fucking idiots.
They do not mess around when it comes to obstruction. So now, just imagine how angry the police are gonna be when I go into the police station and tell them that someone is actually for real this time.
Dude, it's like watching a guy who took a bunch of laxatives just fucking sit in a 3-hour movie, like watching The Irishman. Like, everyone knows you're gonna shit yourself. Like, this is not... he's setting it up, obviously, for the police to not care about obstruction, but it's like, I just know it's going to happen now. You're just going to shit all over yourself during The Irishman. It's not going to take long.
Committing an obstruction crime, and this obstruction crime is on a much bigger scale. Later, the police called me saying that they were going to do a police investigation on this.
Hey, Benjamin, this is Officer Halpern from Provo Police.
I told the detective the entire situation.
He was saying that this family's Lego sets were never even in the store, like all of this stuff, and it's all documented. I have video of all of him saying this. I think he's like falsifying evidence, and I think that's obstruction.
Oh my god, USC, that's where Streamer Games is happening. Shout out.
And now that we stole Bricks and Minifigs' strategy, I think the plan is finally gonna work.
Looks like the CEO is going down.
I mean, I submitted the videos of Eamon saying we're gonna burn down the building and shoot him.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down. Or we're going to burn the place down. Or I'll kill you.
And then I submitted all the raw footage of the entire conversation I had with him, proving to the police that we never even said anything close to this. This raw footage verifies that everything I told the police is true, and everything Eamon told the police is a lie. On top of that, I even got access to the complete case Eamon made against me, and he doesn't have a single piece of evidence to support any of his claims. Which I guess makes sense. Like, how can you support evidence if you're just making everything up? Like, of course you can't submit anything. So if the police have to decide what case to pursue, they're obviously going to pursue this case because it has like a ton of evidence. And then they're going to throw out Eamon's case. It has no evidence at all.
They're going to just, bro. And I know he's playing dumb here because I know the police are not going to be on his side. But A, you're talking about a corrupt police force. And B, you're talking about the police defending a Utah citizen who, you know, conveniently also here is Mormon. How much you want to read into that is up to you. Versus somebody from out of state who does not help the economy and also isn't Mormon. So they're just not going to go with you here, Ben. It is a different police force. It is the Provo police force, not the American Fork police force. The Provo police force is definitely more Mormon and probably more ride or die for Utah citizens than non-Utah citizens.
To reach is not available.
Hello, my name is Ben Schneider. A couple months ago, I made a case, and you were the officer that was helping me create it. I submitted a bunch of evidence through a link you sent me, and this was a couple months ago, and I haven't heard anything back. And so I'm just calling to see if I could get some type of update on how the case is going.
Well, what I'm confused about is why we're even talking to the police, right? Like, the police shouldn't be handling this matter. There's no... I don't even think there's an argument he can have for the police to do anything. Who else would? The courts. This is just filler content. It does feel like that. This does feel like mostly filler. Because what I desperately want is I want Ben to go into court with like the guy from fucking Suits. I don't know his name. I only watch the shorts. But I want him to go with the guy from fucking Suits, and he looks fucking awesome with his dope ass hair, and he has a designer suit. And then he goes, and this is First Amendment law break. Yeah, Harvey fucking Dent, and one of his faces burnt, right? I didn't really watch the show. But anyway, that's what I want. Because I feel like that's the only way you can get justice. But he keeps trying to get street justice.
It's about the CEO, Eamon McNeff of Bricks and Minifigs, in an obstruction case. And so if you could give me a call back at your earliest convenience, that'd be awesome.
We're sorry. Your call cannot be completed.
Yeah, literally no matter what I tried, I could not get a hold of this police officer. So I'm traveling all the way back to Utah to go back to the Provo police station in person to see how the police investigation against Ammon is going. And I just so happened to get a hold of the police schedule and arrived at the exact time this officer was supposed to arrive. But before I could speak to this officer,
he just moves so different. You know what I mean? He sees the world differently than the rest of us.
one of the other police officers called into the front desk and asked to talk to me.
I'm not seeing him on duty right now.
Really? They said he was going to be here today at 3 o'clock.
There's always the chance that they might have called out sick or something.
Is there any way that you can like check if he's here, or?
He's definitely scheduled to be here. Like I said, they might have called out sick or something.
Are you able to look and see how the case is going? All I really want is kind of just an update on the case.
That's not something that I can tell you over the phone.
Okay, you can't even just tell me like how it's going, like if he's still looking into it, or?
That's not something I can do.
That adds up. She's probably covering that he's not there, but it adds up that the dispatcher wouldn't know the details of the case. It'd be weird if they could. I feel like that should be solely the detectives.
Okay, well, thank you.
So basically, I came all the way out here to find 0 answers. But eventually, I did find an answer. They sent it to me in the mail. And looks like I was right. The police only had time to take on one of our cases. And it was
a crazy number. Like such a high number. If I was almost 32, I would be so scared of my own mortality.
I'm 31, and I think Ben used AI, and they spelled evidence crazy style. Like an 80s dance.
There really was no extortion code that would fit your situation. However, you know, at the end of the day, we do want to help you guys, you know, having to deal with this fool and all of his issues. We did find that there was another code that fit, and it's called aggravated commercial obstruction.
This is crazy, actually. That's crazy. I don't know how he has that footage. Is that real? That was someone in the police force, I assume, talking to Ammon McNeff. A, calling Ben a fool, which is crazy, and then B, recommending the charge to pursue for Ammon McNeff.
The police just told Eamon that even though there's absolutely nothing to his claim against me, if they work together, maybe they can fabricate some type of charge against me.
However, the tricky thing is that we have to prove that this individual either entered or remains unlawfully on the premise. When he came to the property, did you have to ask him more than once to leave?
Yes.
He was saying yes no matter what, bro. You could have... Bro, you could have said, did he come to the property butt-ass naked? Which actually I think he did as well. But either way, there's no question she could have asked that he's not saying yes to.
Okay.
You know, we're not leaving until we get it. And he's like, no. Like,
So Eamon's telling the police that even though they continuously told us to leave, we didn't leave. But if we go back and look at the footage of what happened, this is the reality.
So when they say go to corporate, how do we respond next time? I have no idea. You have to take it up with them. It's your thing with them. That doesn't involve us. Okay. As a separate business entity, you got to take it up with them. You got to resolve it with them. Okay. Well, thanks so much, guys. Yeah, thank you, guys. Good luck. Good. Sweet. Thank you.
How did he get this footage? I think there's like a legal process called discovery where both a plaintiff and defendant have to provide whatever evidence they're going to be using to make their case. And they have to make the other party aware of all of the materials that they're going to use. It's not like you can go to court and like, you know, surprise pull out footage. You need to let both like the other party know what's going to be used so they can like prepare for it.
Hey, do you want to talk? They're on their way out. If you want me to grab them or not?
They do it in the movies, yeah. They do it in the movies, and then one guy says objection, and then the other guy goes, Your Honor, this is going to be important. Can I approach the bench? And then the honor goes, overruled, and then they allow it.
I don't know. It kind of looks like the reality of what happened is we left too early for them. They wanted to pull us back in to keep talking to us. But we did show back up a second time. And to Ammon's credit, about halfway through the conversation, he did say that if we don't leave, he's going to call the cops on us.
You can leave. If you come back here, we will call the cops. If you don't leave right now, I will call the cops.
So you don't want to do the easy way?
And this is right after I told him you could do it either the easy way and just give us the Legos back, or we can do it the hard way, implying that we would take him to court.
So you're threatening me.
I'm not threatening. We're right. Like, we have a right to the Legos, so we're gonna get them the easy way or the hard way.
What proof of ownership have you provided?
Guess you want the fucking hard way. Guess you want the fucking hard way, mustache boy.
To me, that you own this Lego.
I mean, I can give you proof if you want.
Right. Provide proof.
But right after he says this, he's now asking us to provide him proof that we actually are entitled to these Legos, so we can't leave now because he just told us to stay and provide proof. And then at the very end of the conversation, he says this one more time.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave? Okay. Well, thank you for working with us, and so see you later.
Well, we have now all just seen the video footage of what actually happened.
That seems chill to me. I am with you, Ben. I don't think that you overstayed your welcome.
But now let's hear how Ammon describes it to the police.
guys, at this point, I've asked you to leave. Please leave. Well, we you know, like, you have to listen to us. You have to pay us this money. No, guys, you need to leave, and you're not leaving. Like, but I asked multiple times, they did not leave.
Looks like that might be a second-degree felony. He's facing felony charges. It is a felony?
Yes, because...
Dude, this can't be a cop, right? Like, who the fuck is talking like this?
I went to the corporate headquarters and tried to give Ammon the easy way out of all of this. They're now trying to get me on a second-degree felony, which... I don't really know how any of this would make me get a second-degree felony. Like, what the heck, police officers? But they're doing it, and the punishment for this crime is 15 years in jail.
I don't know, you know, like, however else, you know, like, some of that stuff comes through, but, you know, like, the reality is, like, we've tried to talk with him and said, we're willing to work with you.
Yeah, I think one of the main reasons the police keep taking Ammon's side instead of ours, besides the whole Mormon thing, is that Ammon keeps framing the situation as he's just the helpful CEO who's trying to do the right thing and return Brian's property. And we're the ones that are preventing him from giving it back to Brian. So I say we rewatch the footage and see what actually happened.
I also think police are predispositioned to dislike any content creators, which I think there's good reasons for that. I think all humans should be predispositioned to hate content creators. I think we're mostly a plague on society. So, you know, like because somebody's intentions are a lot different when there's a side motive of making content from an interaction than just like the outcome of the interaction, you know? So I'll give them that reason as well.
We said we would be more than happy to help Mr. Mansell.
Yeah, because Brian said
he was unwilling to work with us.
Well, Brian said he asked for the store inventory.
Predisposed. My bad.
And that because he said like he wanted to work with you, and then you guys didn't provide the store inventory.
We asked him to provide us with any documentation, and he provided us with a spreadsheet. A spreadsheet is not something that anybody, you can just walk over to a McDonald's right now.
Why did the music get crazy loud?
All of your ice cream machines belong to me. Why? Because so-and-so said so. Why? And I have a spreadsheet that says that all these ice cream machines.
I can't hear a word.
That's not proof of ownership. That's not proof of anything.
So first off, this spreadsheet Ammon's referring to wasn't just some mystery spreadsheet. It was the actual inventory the store made. But I guess Ammon's trying to claim that the previous owner stole the Legos and then lied on the inventory, and so now it basically makes this inventory invalid. He said that when corporate was taking over the store, that they actually did their own inventory, and this is the correct inventory.
When we took over, we did an inventory.
And good news for me, he's willing to give me this inventory. He's actually always been willing to give it to me or Brian. All we've ever had to do was ask.
We will work with you to obtain any Lego that does exist.
That's actually really freaking nice. What the hell?
Well, we did that, and you guys.
When?
I think we mailed it like 5 or 6 times, and we've gotten 0 response back.
Yeah, literally the first thing I did right when I heard about this entire situation was I googled Bricks and Minifigs, clicked on their website, clicked contact us, and sent them a message.
Well, one weird thing about this video is it's almost all breaking down this conversation that was shown in episode 1. This is not a new video. It's not like he went back. This is just the same video, but broken apart. But maybe that's because the police and Ammon were trying to use this interaction as the main argument for the lawsuit or for the police charges. I'm not sure.
I actually got a message back from corporate saying that they would love to help, but after a few months, I kept trying to reply to this message and they just completely ghosted me.
I think we've done like 6 over the last 4 or 5 months.
Pull it up. Find out. Tell me when.
Let's see. I say like, hey, I don't think this ever got resolved. I'm just reaching back out right now, and then never.
Hit forward right now. Resend it.
What's the email?
That is I don't know what email address that is.
This was on your guys' website.
That says fbc.team. I said franchise@bricksandminifigs.com.
Well, this is just on the website, so.
Did I tell you to look up something on the website and send it there?
Dude, you know, he doesn't come off personable. I get he's irritated, but he doesn't come off nice.
Well,
did I say that just barely?
Well, that's what.
Yes or no? Did I say that?
No.
I just said send me an email to franchise@bricksandminifigs.com and we will work with that.
But you're getting mad at me because I emailed the email on the website.
You keep saying that you like. So I understand that, but I'm telling you right now, and you're trying to argue on something that I didn't give you any information about. I'm telling you, send it to that one.
Yeah, but you're like getting upset at us that we emailed the email that was on your website.
No, I'm telling
you kind of are.
The way to do this, and you've been probably trying to communicate with a ghost.
Well, that's your guys' fault for putting that email on the website.
Sure. Okay.
Ben, so why are you getting mad at us because we emailed the website?
He's kind of clocking you. He is kind of fucking eating you up right now. Because you did get really mad.
Instructions. You harass us for all sorts of things. I'm not getting mad at you.
Well, we're not harassing. We're just asking for our Legos back. If someone stole money from you and you went and politely asked for the money back, is that you harassing them?
It seems like Ammon kept either trying to stall or switch the subject. It almost seems like he doesn't want to actually give us this inventory.
It almost feels like Ammon's like, hey, you should just go about this the correct way. You should just send us an email and we'll handle it there. And it's like, you know, to Ben's credit, because he does a lot of shit crazy style, insane, reckless style, no pun intended, but he also tries to do it the normal way before he allows himself to go crazy style, you know? Because I think he understands that, like, hey, if you don't at least pursue it in the normal way, then you have no grounds to be crazy person. And Ammon's like, you never went about it the normal way. And it's like, well, like, he low-key just did. He low-key did, like, almost every time go about it the normal way. And it was, like, very clear that there was no actual effort being done either on corporate side or the franchise side to correct any issue or admit any issues.
What? He keeps saying he's willing to give it to us.
You guys can send that inventory list to us?
I do believe so, yes. I think we have sent that to Brian.
He says he said that's all he wants is the inventory list, and he'll stop like bugging you guys.
Well, then, Mr. Mansell and you, and if you want to be included on the emails with Mr. Mansell, that's totally fine. You guys can email us, and we can go.
But you guys will give him the inventory list because he said he's been asking for it for over a year now.
We can show the inventory list that was obtained when the store was originally taken over from Crystal Law, and we can that was obtained when the store was originally
I've just never seen originally spelled that way.
taken over from Crystal Law, and we can work through that process and try and identify what was or wasn't there, and also try and identify how to proceed from there.
Yeah, I think Brian gets upset because he says they always say that they'll send me the list, kind of like how you're saying, oh, we can send it easily, but then when it comes down to it, you'll never actually send it. So maybe if you actually go ahead and send it, it would make him feel better.
Well, I understand what you're trying to get at. We're more than willing to work with you and help you. That's what I'm saying.
I feel like he played clown music originally every time Ammon spoke and then swapped it to like whatever the song is.
Send an email to that email address that I just gave to you, and that will produce results.
Anyways, I sent an email to the email he told me about,
Banger.
not the one on their website. That's a bad email. Don't ever email that one or the CEO is going to be pissed. But according to Ammon,
that was the most YouTuber cutaway I've ever seen in my life.
Now that I've sent this email, I should be receiving the inventory list very soon. So I waited all day and I got no answer. So the next day I sent them another email. I patiently waited again for about a week. And finally,
this is the response. Mr. Schneider, BAM Franchising Incorporation will not participate in any form of communication that appears designed for public provocation, harassment, or manipulation of facts for the purpose of media content.
Well, what's weird about this is this email was sent like months before he ever posted a video, no? Like this email was sent in December? He didn't make a video about this till like April or May or some shit.
Attempts to obtain privileged or confidential information through misrepresentation or the creation of fraudulent documents.
Just for me asking for this inventory list to prove their innocence, because I want to give them the
They looked him up? Yeah, maybe, but like he didn't do anything at this point.
benefit of the doubt. I want to be like, hey, if you're innocent, I want to prove that you're innocent with this inventory list. But now, by me trying to do that, that's criminal behavior on my part.
And considered harassment. And we reserve all rights to refer such behavior to appropriate legal authorities.
And Snake,
I mean, you know how to give a YouTuber something they don't want is if they just gave the inventory list and then paid Mr. Mansell. The video would have been over. Okay, I'm not as crazy of a YouTuber as Reckless Ben, but it's kind of it would have just been over here. It could have been over in December. And then he'd been like, I did it. I saved the Legos. And then no one would have really talked about it because like it's cool that he saved it, but I think people are a lot angrier. Like anger is a much bigger motivator and word of mouth mover than like, yeah, it just feels good story. You just got it done.
The cops.
So don't ask for our inventory list or else we're going to call the cops.
yes, Bricks and Minifigs has officially banned me from ever asking for this inventory list again. And I'm not the only one who's banned from asking for this list.
He promised us a full inventory right away. We've never received it.
Yeah, and every time
This is the Gormans.
just absolutely nothing. So we've never gotten anything. We've never gotten an inventory list.
Yeah, the previous owner who got her entire store stolen from her by corporate, I mean, she's legally required to get sent an inventory list, and even she, 2 years later, has not gotten it yet.
It would have resolved everything because they would have had to identify everything in the store, and it would have identified all of Brian's stuff, and they never provided it, so we couldn't then demand the third-party evaluation.
And it's now, what, a year and a half later?
You know, who knows what.
Still no inventory.
Dang.
So, would have solved a lot of problems a year and a half ago to go, here's the inventory.
And even Brian still hasn't received this inventory list yet.
I've never received
Wait, yeah, isn't it true that CoffeeZilla got the inventory lists?
an inventory list. I've never received a record of sales because they can't provide it. They opened the store up almost right away and started selling it.
And the worst part about all of this is it seems like the CEO is pretty much just trying to rub all of this in everyone's face. When I turned on the news, I saw this.
Now, as far as offering Brian the inventory, have you gone through the store, figured out what was part of his collection, taken inventory, and shown him that inventory to offer that?
We've tried to share those with Mr. Mansell in hopes that he can see, you know, like that we were not attempting in any way, shape, or form to withhold anything. Those then were offered to him, and
why is his voice not talking right?
The initial offer was rejected.
So now on public television, Ammon, the CEO, is telling the world that he tried to give us this inventory, but we're the ones that didn't want it.
We do want to help him recover as much of the collection. Our number one priority right now is to ensure that he gets made whole. We know that we have a responsibility to work with him to make sure he does get made whole.
So you've offered Brian the inventory of sets that was in the store.
Yeah, whatever was left over, we've offered that on multiple occasions. So we've tried to make multiple offers, and hopefully we'll be able to get them to the table.
The good thing going for Reckless Ben is that obviously he can't help himself from posting about this, which again hurts him in the court of law. Like, it can't help you. It can only help you in the court of public opinion. Is Ammon McNeff is just as egotistical and he thinks he can talk and explain his side and that people will agree with him. And it only hurts him in the court of law. And it also only hurts him in the court of public opinion. Like, at least when Ben says some shit, people are like, okay, yeah, I'm on your side, Ben. But when Ammon talks, everyone's like, yeah, fuck off, Ammon. Ammon. You can't talk your way out of it. He's not very good at presenting himself, I think.
So we can discuss it.
And this is pretty much Ammon's game plan now. Go on as many news stations as you can and lie.
The entire time we were saying, hey, we want to help, we want to help.
The main narrative now seems to be Brixton Minifigs has always been trying to give Brian his Legos back, but Brian just never wanted them back.
Would you be willing to just take this? And the answer was no. It was attempted to be given to the family, and it was refused. They made the offer and said, hey, you can have all this. And that offer was not accepted at the time.
Well, that's Ammon's side of the story, but I say let's take a look at what actually happened.
Read from the bottom up. That is our correspondence.
Like a manga?
With Brixton Minifigs, trying to work with them and getting the sets back.
So right when this happened, Brian hired an attorney to reach out to Brixton Minifigs. They sent an email saying, how should we proceed to retake the possession of the sets/minifigures? And they actually emailed back saying they were willing to help. And then after this, they just never respond. So Brian's attorney sent them another email, just following up on this, when can we pick up the sets? And they still didn't respond. So the attorneys emailed back saying, it's now been 16 days, how can we get these Legos back? And finally, they received a response. It says, Brandon Best and Joshua Johnson have no legal obligation to return any of the Lego product that exists in their store to you. What? So, yeah, basically they're saying that they're the ones that are not able to work with you, is what it seems like.
Dude, it is they do this. I feel like I've seen them do this like 4 times where they're like, yeah, let's just sort this out. I want to sort this out. Then they go radio silent. And then they're like, yeah, we're not doing any of what we said we were going to do. Like Joshua Johnson and Brandon Best did it. I guess they've done it twice now. Fucking Ammon McNeff did it about the lists. They're like, yeah, we'll do it. Fucking send an email. We'll do it. 40 weeks passed. Not anymore.
They finished this email saying, we consider this matter closed and will not be returning any Lego products to you. So as you can see, that's the reality of what actually happened. But then Ammon goes on Fox News and says this.
So they actually did have an attorney send information to us. We said, great, appreciate this. Let's see what we can do to work this out. Yeah. And then we never heard back.
That's crazy. That's crazy, bro.
So why is Ammon going on like Fox News then and saying, we wanted to give Brian his stuff back. He's the one that didn't want his stuff back. He didn't want any of his things.
That's my point. I don't know. He's lying.
I truly do believe in integrity. Truly, I believe in the sentiment of integrity, and I believe everyone should have integrity.
But anyways, another thing the CEO seems to be pretty upset about is that when Brian kept demanding his stuff back and couldn't get it back, eventually he had enough. And he was like, I'm going to make a Facebook post about this. And in his Facebook post, he called Brixton Minifigs thieves and liars. And this Facebook post, like, really pissed off Ammon. I mean, Brixton Minifigs is literally suing Brian now for millions of dollars, all because of this. I mean, back when I was talking to him at corporate headquarters, he made it very clear that what they did is technically not actually considered theft.
There is no theft. Do you understand the legal definition of theft? Legally have to meet the definition of knowing that the property was stolen or otherwise not.
Yeah, I'm just not on the side of anyone ever who starts to explain their rationale by saying, do you know the legal definition of theft? Because what they're kind of saying is like, yeah, I know it looks like theft and it walks like theft and it sounds like theft, but that's not legally what theft is.
That person.
And on my phone,
that was not known until Mr. Mansell came in days later and said, I have some of these things that need to be.
And that's another lie again, because
it is not another lie.
So I showed Ammon the security camera footage where
He's an ultimate
corporate
rage baiter.
acknowledges that they are now going to be responsible for these Lego Star Wars sets.
These are ones that he has not been paid his percentage yet. And if I don't have the tickets, I won't know how much I need to pay him.
That's a business thing and not necessarily yours. He's taking on the business, he takes on all that consignment liability.
And after showing him this footage to try to bring the conversation back to reality, this was his response.
Extortion?
Because we caught you guys?
No, because you are attempting to extort us, so that's what you're doing. What you are doing right now is illegal. It's an extortion.
It wasn't. The police also told you later on it wasn't extortion, but it's a good swing. Sometimes you miss. Sometimes you swing full velocity and it was a breaking ball and you just weren't fucking ready for it and you caught yourself spinning in circles and you have your pants down and your little penis is out. That happens. You don't have to feel bad, but it was a miss.
So catching you guys in illegal activity, that's illegal on me.
Nope. We have done nothing.
See, I agree too. I agree. Nope, it's not illegal on us. Thank you for.
We have done nothing illegal, and you are doing something illegal right now.
I don't think that's illegal. I think us catching you guys for doing the illegal thing doesn't make that what we're doing is illegal. That means what you guys are doing is illegal.
Dude, no you is tried and true. You can be 50 years old, you go, no you. Shit works. How old's Ammon McNeff? I'm gonna go 41.
Okay, you've been asked to leave. Please leave.
We have to leave? Okay. Well, thank you for working with us. And
after just going around in circles for probably 30 to 40 minutes and just, having like kind of less than genuine questions or less than genuine responses being given to me, I was exasperated by the end of it. And that's, like when people get tired and exasperated, that's when we finally got the footage that we can use to make him look like a completely unreasonable monster, but that's what they do is people whose goal is to do those types of things, they just harass and go after people.
Ammon, I won't lie. He's 41? Did I nail it? Oh, he's 40. Oh, I thought I went crazy there. I think he's right that Reckless Ben does try to get you in positions that make you look bad, but I think he just actually looks bad. I think he's more confident in his ability to portray himself in a way that's favorable versus his actual capabilities. He's just not charming. He's got zero charm. It is what it is. He got no riz. He probably has good business acumen, maybe. I don't know. He runs a big company. I don't know. He's just not charming.
As long and hard as they can until somebody breaks and says something that, then they can, use that one clip to be like, oh, look at this horrible monster of a person.
He has no charm because he's wrong? No, that's not true. There are plenty of horrible people who are charming.
So that's what I feel like has kind of really happened here.
So Ammon's claiming that I just harassed him for 30 minutes and finally he got fed up with us, which that was the one clip at the end that I used in my documentary. So I say let's go to the very beginning of the footage. My first...
Who's that fucking serial killer? I forget his name. A lot of serial killers, though. Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, they said he was very charming. Ted Bundy. Yeah, that one. Maybe it was Ted Bundy, not Jeffrey Dahmer. Ted Bundy.
First interaction with them and see what actually happened.
So what's going on?
So you guys are holding some of our Legos?
No, we're not.
You're not?
No.
Yeah, literally from the very first sentence we ever exchanged with each other, Ammon's goal was just to lie to us. But anyways, I'm now starting to think that the only reason Ammon wanted us to email him about the inventory list wasn't actually give us the inventory list, but actually it was a trap. Yeah, Ammon only wanted me to email him so he can find out my email and subpoena Google and find out all of my private information. You think I'm lying, but they actually did this. They subpoenaed Google asking for all private information tied to this email address. And Google sent them like hundreds of hours of all the raw footage from everything I've filmed to the Lego video so far, all my emails, all my search history, all of the metadata that shows everywhere I've been. But anyways, this was the reaction of the police officer.
Dude, I gotta fucking delete my Gmail. What the fuck? Bro, what? I got too much shit on my damn Gmail. Time to switch to AOL. Anyone still using that joint?
After she watched my entire first episode.
I'm really curious to see like if this fool even makes any money doing this YouTube stuff. I'm like, if it's enough for him to travel to another state just to go get some footage.
Who is this? I need to know who the fuck is talking, because every time they've ever spoken, they've said the most disrespectful shit I can like think to imagine.
It doesn't even sound like his like secret information doesn't even seem.
Is it a
credible,
cop?
From
No.
my understanding.
No, so it sounds like you were able to watch the video.
I think by secret information,
It's a Provo cop, is that it?
Police officer is referring to the security camera footage that proves that everything Bricks and Minifigs is saying is a lie. My first question is, how could this not be credible? It's literally just video evidence of what happened that night. But at least now I can see why the police aren't listening to me. They're basically just saying that all of the evidence I submit to them is not credible, and therefore case closed. Ben's wrong and we're right, because we said that the evidence is uncredible. At this point, Bricks and Minifigs is working with the police to just come up with whatever story they can to make any evidence I give them seem as uncredible as possible.
In all of his actions to just generate clicks and likes to get, you know, like social media clout without putting in work and just doing the crummy stuff.
Interesting.
He seems like a fun gentleman.
No. Oh, and you know,
His MO really seems to follow somebody who's like a paper tiger, right? Like who, like behind, you know, or like a keyboard warrior. They'll make threats.
And this is the craziest part of the video to me. Ammon's claiming that I'm a keyboard warrior. And a keyboard warrior is basically just someone who talks a lot of smack online, but then when it actually comes down to it, they won't do anything in person.
Yeah, Ben, I don't know. Ben's not like that, bro. Ben's a fucking crazy person. If you call Ben a psychopath, I'd be like, yeah, 100%. If you call Ben like a fucking insane demon of the night, sure. Keyboard warrior just doesn't fit.
Which, I mean, if we look back at the footage, I accomplished almost everything I set out to do. I didn't get scared of anything. If someone in this story is a keyboard warrior, I don't think it's me. I think it's Bricks and Minifigs.
No, you. Classic.
I mean, let's double check by looking at the footage. Ammon claims with his words that he can give us the inventory list.
We can show the inventory list.
But when it actually comes down to it, he's terrified to give it to anyone. Bricks and Minifigs this entire time has also just been begging me to sue them.
If you think it's illegal, why sue me? Let's go to court. Sue me for us. Sue me. Let's go to court. Let's go to court then.
So when I finally
Dude,
go out and
I'll
actually...
never forget. What was it? Double or Nothing? I'll go to court. Double or Nothing. That's the greatest part of this whole saga. That was the greatest part of this whole fucking saga.
Sue them, they closed down their store. And now Bricks and Minifigs is going to absolute extreme lengths to hide from this lawsuit.
Are you okay if she just gives you the papers so we can just...
No, I'm not accepting service from her. Okay. Absolutely not.
I mean, Bricks and Minifigs is showing all of the signs of a keyboard warrior, but for some reason they think that I'm the keyboard warrior. At this point, it almost seems like everything Bricks and Minifigs is doing, for some reason they think that I'm the one that's the one doing it.
I'll keep my fingers crossed for you guys. Hopefully, no more issues. There's so many other things that this guy could like be talking about, right?
No, 100%. But sometimes, you know, like it's a sunk cost fallacy. They just think, oh, I put so much time and effort into this. I gotta make sure something happens. So, all right. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Yes, Ammon just completely proves my point. Obviously, I'm not suffering from the sunk cost fallacy at all. Ammon's the one suffering from the sunk cost fallacy.
I feel like this video is just literally a guy going, says you, for 37 minutes, recapping info I mostly know.
They literally already admitted to me that they've held onto the Legos for so long, it's not worth it for them to give it back to us anymore.
I'm not going to distribute those things.
Look, I'm still engaged. I just really want to know what's happening with the court case. Because I feel like that's all that matters.
At this point, we've kept them on hold for this long, so.
Let's see what else Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Well, they're suing me for defamation. But this entire time, Bricks and Minifigs is actually the ones defaming me.
They themselves say, hey, you guys stole this product from this person. If you don't give it back, I'm going to burn the place down.
Let's go to the next thing Bricks and Minifigs is accusing me of. Extortion. When they're the ones actually extorting me by saying if I don't let them steal the Legos from us, they're going to make up a reason to throw me in jail.
You stole them, bitch.
I stole the Legos?
Yeah, you're a fucking thief.
Dang. Okay.
You can shut the fuck up. That's your fucking choice.
He looks like Narcissa Wright, no?
Minifigs is also getting me for RICO charges.
They're charging Reckless Ben for RICO. I think it is more likely that the police are guilty of RICO, right?
And if you look at the CEO's previous businesses, he actually got sued for RICO. He's the one guilty of RICO, not me. They're also accusing me of sending a sniper to shoot out the windows of the McNeff house.
You guys want to come to, you can see the window and see where they were shooting from. It could be a sniper point on the hill.
When the police got there, they realized it was actually a construction worker who accidentally shattered the window.
It seems more likely that it happened from construction work than it happened from some random people across the way.
But even after all this, they still go online and say it was me.
He's trying to get Ben Schneider for like attempted murder. He's basically trying to set Ben Schneider up for attempted murder when meanwhile it was a nail from his own construction worker.
So what's the moral of the story here?
I think the moral of the story is that Ammon McNeff is a pretty pathetic man. I feel like that's what we're mostly getting at this video.
It looks like everything bad Bricks and Minifigs is doing, they think that I'm the one that's doing the bad thing. It makes no sense.
So, just to let you know, we call it double blind. The person who committed the crime may or may not be in the lineup or depicted. So I will give this to you. You'll have as much time as you need to choose someone or to not choose anyone. Whenever you're able to feel that you have ID'd somebody, I just ask that you circle it and then initial next to it.
And then, like that?
Perfect.
Okay. There you go. Okay, cool.
Really, this was like the final step that I needed. This is legit. We've been able to verify who he is now.
Yep.
So the police put on this big performance to make it look like they're going to all this work to verify the facts. When in reality, they already know who I am. They already subpoenaed Google. They already watched my entire first Lego video. They already went through all my search history. To me, this just feels like a staged performance so they can show the world, hey, look, we verified everything, when if they would have just put an equal amount of effort into watching the raw footage I submitted to them, they would have found out that Ammon's just completely lying to them, but for some reason they didn't. A few weeks later, when I ended up going to court, this was the staged response.
My name is Nick Mielstein. I'm the prosecutor. Is Benjamin Schneider here?
Yes.
If you want to take care of that today, we could do what we call a plea in abeyance.
Were you able to see the footage I submitted to the police?
Dude, he might be the funniest man alive. He just has no respect for any of how anything works. All he wants someone to do is be like, yeah, just look at the footage. Like, if it's all in the footage, if you just look at it. No, it's actually wrong, because if you just look at the footage, it's in there. And like, and I get it, and it's beautiful how committed he is to it. But it just don't work like that.
Police of our interaction.
I have not watched it, no.
Okay, because in that footage, you can clearly see that the second he tells us to leave, we say, okay, we'll leave. And then he calls the police and said that we threatened to burn down the building and shoot everyone inside. And he was just making up all these lies, which you can clearly see in the footage that we submitted. We were being respectful the whole time. We left the second he told us to.
Sorry, let me look.
And so it makes sense why the police would take me to court, because I mean, he's threatening that we're going to burn down the building and shoot everyone, but we did nothing. Like, he's just saying that because he's trying to. I'm a documentary maker, so I'm making a documentary on the thing. So his logic is if he throws me in jail, then if he makes up a reason for me to go to jail, then I won't be able to expose them for their crimes. So that's the what's going on. It's clear as day in the footage if you watch it. It seems like they're just making.
You know what Ben's really bad at is stopping talking. It's a power in the court, bro. When you don't speak and there is silence, someone else will fill it. You don't need to fill it.
Up a bunch of false information in order to silence criticism.
So did you submit that to the police officer?
Yes.
Is the footage going such that it's still going like when you step out the door?
It starts from when we're in the elevator before we talk to him to when we were back in the elevator going back down.
Obviously, a video doesn't necessarily show everything that possibly happened.
So according to the state of Utah, the raw video that shows everything that possibly could have happened is not credible and could not have shown everything that possibly could have happened. And they didn't even watch it. They're literally just taking Ammon's word for everything and completely ignoring all the evidence.
Well, they're a prosecutor. It'd be weird if they did. It'd be low-key weird if they're like, you know what, I watched it and I'm kind of on your side. Maybe Ammon is in the wrong.
So where does this leave me now? Not only am I being charged with a bunch of mystery crimes in American Fork, Utah, but I'm also being charged with a second-degree felony up to 15 years in jail in Provo, Utah. And now that they have written proof that I'm committing all of these insane crimes against them, I mean, obviously Bricks and Minifigs just made up everything, but that's not how the court sees it. The court thinks that these are real. And for whatever reason, the court wouldn't let me share my side. They only heard Bricks and Minifigs' side.
Ben's side was not in the room, was not
I love this
heard.
guy.
The court signed an order erasing his published work on the strength of the company's verified complaint and the company's motion with no one there to say a word against it.
Yeah, the judge granted a temporary restraining order, preventing me from even talking about Bricks and Minifigs, which sucks because this was the night I hit 1 million subscribers, and all my friends threw a giant surprise party for me. Yeah, Bricks and Minifigs gets to just keep spreading their lies about me, and I just have to sit in silence, and there's nothing I can do to stop them. It's crazy to think about how much public support I was getting.
$200,000 Lego dispute that's turning into one of the craziest legal cases and an internet crusade that is just exploding.
A $200,000 Lego collection. This $200,000 Lego scandal is literally one of the craziest things I've ever seen.
I think this might be the best video that I've seen. This is one of the crazier stories I think I've ever covered.
Run by Mormons. Reckless ban.
That's all they got me for. Just laughing.
Reckless ban.
It really seemed like the entire internet was uniting to stand up to this bully of a company.
Bricks and Minifigs can stuff it.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick. Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
It really did seem like we were right about to get the Legos back. But I was wrong. Now the court has silenced me. And it looks like all the work I put into this was just for nothing. However, people were pretty upset that I was silenced and decided to protest.
Brick by brick.
It sucks that I'm not even allowed to be a part of this movement anymore.
Brick by brick. Brick by brick.
Or maybe I can be here, I just have to be in disguise so no one recognizes me.
It must be exactly how it felt as a Tyler 1 fan watching Tyler 1 on stage when I set up a safe jump in the corner and Tyler was spamming out of it. And you just want to desperately fucking reach into your screen. You'll know. Just block. Don't do it again.
No. All right, I'm here with, what was your name?
I'm Jerome. Just here to support the cause. Just the American Fork local. Just here to support.
Here with Jerome.
I spent the rest of the day protesting for the cause, and not a single person here recognized who I actually am. And maybe the protesting worked, because after a full month of remaining silent, I finally have an announcement.
Well, it looks like I don't need this disguise anymore, because I have my freedom of speech back, baby. I can say whatever I want. I can say Bricks and Minifigs sucks. I can say Bricks and Minifigs social old people.
How the fuck did he get up here, bro?
And look, I just said it. I'm not in jail, which is sick. We got our First Amendment rights back. Yeah.
And now that I have my freedom of speech back, everyone is wondering how Bricks and Minifigs can make up for the fact that they made up all these lies about me to take away my freedom.
This is a green screen. No disrespect to Reckless Ben and his team. They can't spell the word like ordinary correct. There's no universe. They green screen this. I think he dead ass just climbed up a pole.
Of speech, most legal experts are saying I could easily win millions of dollars from Bricks and Minifigs, but instead, I have a better solution.
If they want to apologize, they can say that they're sorry by doing the chicken dance. And I will take that as a sincere form of apology. And once they do the chicken dance, then I will a year, that's 104 parts at least. So come back all the way till 100. A couple.
Dude.
I'm about to.
I don't think I'm watching part 100. The female detective, okay, yeah, she was a fucking a-hole, is named Medina Dorr of Provo PD. She's also being sued in a wrongful death case because she took someone who said they took a bunch of drugs to the hospital, but she didn't tell the hospital and proceeded to take the person to jail without them getting treatment where they died of overdose. She needs to be fired. The fuck? Dude, she sucked. She was dead ass an asshole. She kept calling him a fool. Bro, you're from Provo, Utah. You're not from LA. What are you calling people fool for? Say HE double hockey sticks or something. Well, I think it's fair to call that a bit of a filler episode. I think it was more so a flex of his ability to make videos than it was new information on the Bricks and Minifigs case. Outside of some of the discovery footage of the cops, that was a little different. But I am curious, bro, how the court's going to go. But I guess it's true that the court case is going to take a while to figure out. It's not really going to resolve quickly. There's no way he's still representing himself. I do desperately hope crazy bad that he fucking gets a lawyer. That would be awesome. he has a lawyer now? Hell yes. Hell yes, and thank God. Because damn, was it crazy to be representing yourself.